All right, so Trump gives his uh Trump gives his big speech, or what we thought was going to be a big speech, and essentially a nothing burger. The big primetime address on the Iran war on Wednesday night, April 1st. The whole thing was basically him standing there and saying, "We're almost done." While the oil markets immediately called bullshit, jumped 3 to 4% the second that he stopped talking, basically. And that's the tell right there. Markets don't care about rhetoric, they price material reality. And the material reality is thousands of Marines and special operations forces stage across the Middle East, the Strait of Hormuz still closed, and a bombing campaign that's killed over 700 or 1,700 Iranians compared to what is now 13 U.S. American soldiers. 13. That was the headline under the number that Trump dropped. 13 U.S. soldiers dead after a month of war. He framed it like a tragedy, which but notice what didn't get much airtime here, and that's the asymmetry. Iran's reporting again almost 2,000 civilians killed. That's not a war between equals, right? That's a demolition campaign with extremely predictable collateral damage that the US media will never frame as such because American casualties are mourned individually while Iranian deaths get rendered as statistics or ignored entirely. And Trump was explicit about what this war actually is. He said regime change is not the goal, even though he did say that on the night of the invasion on the 28th. And just got to sit with that for a second because the US just spent a month bombing another country, sinking its navy, destroying its missile capabilities, threatening to obliterate its oil infrastructure, and the stated objective is not even to change the government, it's subordination. Permanent strategic degradation is what it is. The goal is to make sure Iran can never deter Israel, can never project regional power, can never defend itself efficiently. And this isn't about liberating anybody. It's about kneecapping a state that refuses to accept its assigned role in the US managed order. And the objectives document that came out from the White House laid it out cleanly: destroy ballistic missiles, annihilate the Navy, sever support for proxy forces, prevent nuclear acquisition, and dismantling the infrastructure of sovereignty. It's ensuring that Iran, even if the government stays exactly the same, becomes strategically irrelevant. A country that can be threatened, that can be bombed, but can't hit back in ways that matter. And Trump justified relaunching strikes by claiming that Iran tried to rebuild its nuclear program after last year's Operation Midnight Hammer, which, fine, maybe that did happen. But it's worth noting that those claims hadn't been independently verified, and Iran completely denies it. But verification doesn't matter when you're already bombing. The accusation becomes the justification retroactively. And that's how these things work. You create the crisis and then explain why you had no choice but to respond.